So welcome everybody on this short training, and the training is all about how you are gonna use your lead magnets through normal posts, because you cannot just throw your lead magnets. We need to do certain other things as well. So there is a process, and for that I have created this particular guide which I have named the Lead Magnet Mastery Framework. And the subtitle says how to embed powerful CTAs in everyday LinkedIn post without sounding salesy, desperate, or fake. Fair? And this is specifically for my paid mentees like what you all people have been. So I have not made it available for everybody. So what this guide is for, I'll share this guide with all you guys once this training is done, right? So this guide has number one, why most coaches destroy their CTAs, the 3 offer CTA ecosystem, the STORYX lead magnet formula, 5 CTA insertion styles that work, real post breakdown. So I have given examples on my real post. I'll show you what I mean. It's not like I have put in the theory only. Whatever I am doing, whatever it is working, that is what I'm going to show you. The PS strategy, which is your secret weapon, and some do's and don'ts, which are non-negotiables, and your execution checklist. So everything is covered so nicely that you'll love to, understand and do it again. So let's begin. Section 1 is about why most coaches destroy their CTAs. So you must have seen a lot of good posts, right? Lots of emotional stories, and you see, and it's very relatable to you. But what happens is, at the end, that is absolutely destroyed. Why? Because at the end, people are like saying, do this right now. Example is like, check out my course at so and so, limited seats, and blah blah blah. So all of a sudden, the reader sees here, what is this? As of now, I was reading something, now somebody is forcing me to buy something. So people pull off. So that is one thing which, destroys. So your trust has been built over 300 words, but it goes in 3 seconds, right? So this is what nobody talks about, that your CTAs should not be a sales pitch. It should be a next step, right? Your CTA should not be a sales pitch, remember. So a natural continuation of the value of the post which you have just gave. And you are not telling them to buy something or do it right away. Fair? So this particular guide is all about going from buy my thing to here's what I can do next, right? That should be the psychology behind. कि अभी आपने पढ़ लिया, अब आप next क्या करने वाले हो? Forget about buying and something. Now this is a 3 offer CTA ecosystem. So whenever you are gonna write a CTA, you need to understand what that post is talking about. Like, let's say, if I talk about parenting, I cannot immediately jump to business, right? If I'm talking about motivation, I cannot jump to business. So it should be in sync with what the post is talking about. Fair? So what you have to understand is, because your reader is what? Your reader is people like us. They are going through a particular story, something as a subject, and all of a sudden you cannot change the entire subject and entire CTA. Fair? So now I have given you 3 options here for my own example. What you have to do is, every post should push people towards one of those CTAs. One CTA, remember. And based on what the reader has already been reading. Correct? Now, in my case, what I have shown here is, if I'm going to talk about my premium mentorship, I'll talk about one thing. If I'm going to talk about my 3-day live workshop, I'll talk about people who are into awareness phase. If I'm going to talk about my Humanize AI Academy, I'll talk about people who are self-paced learners and they're best triggered by educational post, right? So the principle is one post, one offer, one CTA. Never try to mention all 3 in any one post. So your audience will get confused. भाई करना क्या है? यदि आप 4 काम बोल देते हो ना, तो लोग कहते हैं करना क्या समझ नहीं आया. If you instruct them to do one thing, they'll definitely do it. So that's the hidden formula. Now let's understand what I mean by the STORYX lead magnet formula. So a lead magnet CTA works because the post has earned that kind of a traction, interaction, relatability. So the formula which you have to use, which I am using in my STORYX framework, is truth, pain, shift, result, and invitation. As I told you in the first point, the CTA should be what I can do next for you. It should not be like I'm going to sell you something, right? Remember this formula: truth, pain, shift, result, and invitation. So truth is what? Whatever post you are writing, it should start with a raw honesty. Simple. Then it should give you the exact struggle, the pain which the client is going through. Then what turning point it had. Then what result did you bring out of that turning point, and the proof. Again, when I say proof, it should be realistic in numbers. It should not be vague. Like, great result I had, I helped so many people. No, not like this. Let's say I've given an example. Let's say rupees 1.5 lakh in 12 days. Normally, I have a case study where my client generated $1,800 in 15 days. So I always talk about it. That's a reference number, which is powerful, which is real. And then invitation is the natural next step. It should not shout. It should not be a pitch. It should be like, okay, if you're ready for this, now let's do this. So it will filter the people who are willing to do, and it will repel the others who are not willing to do. Fair? So that should be the steps. Now, what kind of a CTA insertion style that works? So I'm giving you 5 CTA insertion styles. Number 1 is the scarcity invite. Like, show urgency through real numbers. Show that, there are 20 seats, 15 has already gone, or 10 has already gone, whatever real number it is. I do that and I'll show you. Second is style number 2, which is a PS whisper. I'll talk about PS as well. PS you must be knowing. Postscript. Something which you write after your post has finished or ended, right? So bury the CTA in the PS. Reader has finished the entire post. Now guard is with them. One soft line plus one link, which will give you a high conversation without any pressure. That is style number 2. Style number 3 is the hard filter. Hard filter is like I normally say, I'll show you. This is not for everyone. I know this is not for everyone because not everybody is going to come and, stay with me or, appreciate whatever I'm doing. There would be only few. So I put it in a hard manner. I say, this is not for everyone. Correct. So this makes exclusivity. So exclusions makes this included feel chosen. Correct. And the only serious people will come. So that is hard filter. Fourth is the story bridge. Story bridge is if you want the same kind of a thing, because I'll be showing a story and I'll be talking about that. If you want a similar kind of a story in your own life, in your own business, then do this. The next step. Again, the CTA flows from the narrative and there is no energy pitch. There is no pitching and something. And the last one is the question hook. End the question to drive comments so that your CTA link should come in the first. Like LinkedIn always rewards engagement. I always tell you. And your reply, the reply to the simple question becomes a natural soft selling process. Right? So these are the 5 styles. Now I'm going to show you my real examples of my real post, which I have done, I think in the last 10 days only. I'm not going to show you my post, which was, some 5 years down the line or 3 years down the line. Recent post I'll show you. So this is what worked for me and this is working. Number 1. Post 1 is about scarcity invite. So this is the link to the post. This is clickable. I'll share with you. You can go and check. This is a recent post. I'll show you. So this is a link to that particular post. I'll just click it and show you what this post is all about. See this post. Just opening on LinkedIn. So see, this is 3 days old post. Just 3 days old post, correct? And this is what talking about you missed it for sure. Of course you did it. You were searching for it somewhere outside and it was within you. So I've talked about that it's all about your own you. You become your own personality and your own aura. You become whatever you position yourself like, right? So this is post about this. And in the PS, I mentioned want to know how you can use the power of you. And in the PPS I'm sharing, we'll be using a unique technique in our upcoming 3 days live Humanize AI pre-selling workshop and show you how you can do that. So again, you see, this post is talking about, I told you it should be in sync with what post you have written, right? So in the post, I have mentioned the power of you. And in the PPS, I'm saying that if you want to use the same power of you, you join my workshop. It is syncing. It is not taking you anywhere. It is talking about the same topic, which I've already covered in the post, right? And then there is 20 comments, 1 repost is there, 174 impressions, just 3 days old post, right? And the link is there in the first comment. Can you see that? So this is the real life example of my post, which I did just 3 days back. Fair? Now let's go back to the post number 2. So again, here I have mentioned what CTAs I have used. I have used, if you are ready to experience the same, register for my upcoming workshop, because it is all about you. Fair? And why it worked? Because this post called out a specific frustrated audience, validated their pain, presented a contrarian truth. Then the CTA wasn't buy this. It was only if you are ready. Correct? And the scarcity was 11 seats left is real, not manufactured. Actually, if you go and check my workshop WhatsApp group, you'll see that some people have already joined and have capped it at 30. So I mentioned that only 11 seats are left. Fair? So it should be real. Now let's go to the second post, which is PS Whisper. So this is post number 2. Let me just click it and open it for you. Post number 2 is, let it open. Okay. So this is a 2-day-old post. Again, I've talked about the recent post only. No coach is interested in your bought trophies. No coach gives a damn to your certificates. Here's what coaches want. Coaches have been bored of gurus teaching, sell micro offers, record and sell courses, add webinars, 5K products, and so on. And juggling with unwanted free and paid tools, experimenting funnels, and blah, blah, blah. This is the pain which they are going through. And I'm saying, but wait, I have something different to talk. Let's accept the brutal truth. No coach wants to take so-called gyan. No coach wants to learn hundreds of new things, but every coach wants to get their work done. Every coach wants to grow by earning. Every coach wants to get paid clients, right? That's it. Fair? So what's there for you? What if I told you that in just 3 days, using the STORYX engine, you could learn to transform your coaching business from barely making 50K to consistently 1 lakh, right? And this is not a noise. This is a system which works. And again, I'm saying my mentees have hit these numbers in 14 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Yes, it depends upon how good and how fast you implement. No fake promises, real things. And if you are ready to experience the same, register for my upcoming 3 days live workshop. But only if you are ready to do it with me on the spot. Remember, again, there is a clause. And this is the post. This post has got 124 impressions, 15 comments. Fair? Understand? Now, let me take you to the...
But here you have given the link in the post itself, not in the comment.
Yes, exactly. So I do keep experimenting. I'm saying the ideal thing is to do it in the first comment, but you can do it here as well. Okay. Yes. So I do keep juggling from here and there because, you know, nobody can vouch that this works or this doesn't work. This is a regular practice where people say putting the link in the first comment is preferable. But I have not seen any LinkedIn guide talking about that this works and this doesn't work. So I do mix up, you know, both the things. Okay. So now here it is saying why it worked. The PS Whisper at its finest. The post makes no offer. It builds an identity statement. Then the PS lands softly. It teases rather than pushes. The double PS plus PPS creates a reading rhythm. And the closing line, do not register if you think you know everything, is the hard filter. Curiosity plus execution equals click. Right? Now, let's go to the story bridge. I talked about the story bridge. Now, this is the third post which talks about a story. Let me click it and show it to you. So this particular post talks about my own story, what happened. And this is a 4-day-old post. Can you see? 4 days, 4 days, correct? I still remember the day everything changed. It was March 15th, 2021. I was staring at my bank account, rupees 34,780. That's all I had after 8 months of building my coaching business, right? Because I started in 2020. I have already told you. Sorry. Yes, I was working 12 hours a day and so on and so forth. Everything I mentioned. That night, I made a decision. No more $50 clients. No more let me think about it. No more undervaluing my transformation. I studied every successful coach's strategy. I cracked the code of premium positioning. I learned the psychology of $1,000 buyers, right? And then my first $1,500 client came in 12 days. These are actually real stories. $7,500 I earned in the next 15 days. I have made multiple posts about it, right? And again, here I am saying, are you ready to make it? I told a story and I'm saying, if you are ready to make it or not, I'm not hard pushing it. And I'm saying, if you are ready to make it, if yes, register for my upcoming live workshop. Again, link in the first comment. So see, I have juggled it again here. Link is here in the first comment, right? So Nitaji, so that is what I do. So again, if you see the story, why did it work? The story bridge at its peak, the narrative does all the selling. Alok doesn't pitch the workshop, the story pitches it. But the time the reader hits the PS, they're already emotionally invested. The PS question, highest fee you have ever charged, drives comments and boosts organic reach. And the link in the first comments, not the post body, is the LinkedIn algorithm hack that preserves reach while still converting. So my recommendation again, I'll say don't put it in the post, put it in the first comment only, but I keep doing some here and there, some changes. Right now, let's talk about the PS strategy. I told about PS, which is postscript, which you put below the post, which is your secret weapon. What does it do? If there is one tactic I want you to steal immediately, this is one. So the PS is the most underused, highest converting piece of real estate in your LinkedIn post. When somebody reads your PS and you have asked a simple question, it triggers curiosity so that people are more prone to engage and answer. Fair? And the PPS is next to the, post script, you can say, yes. Right? Now, this gives the context plus the link. Keep it 2 to 3 lines. And in the PPS, I normally say I'm hosting a 3-day and I post the link there. Seats are limited. So again, it doesn't create any pressure. Fair? You can add additional PPS, but I don't do this. PS and PPS are sufficient enough to do. So now, as Sunita ji was asking, I'm telling you, when your post has a link in the body of the post, LinkedIn suppresses organic reach. Normally, people talk about it. I have not seen any document on that. Still, I'm saying the same. So I keep on experimenting something. So the solution is write the post without any link. Put your CTA and the link in the first comment. Then in the post body, write link in the first comment below. You get engagement, reach, and clicks all at once. So that is a standard practice. Don't put the CTA inside your post. Put it in the link in the first comment. Fair? Now let's see some do's and don'ts. Let's talk about the do's first. 1 CTA per post. Always match the CTA to the post emotion. Use real numbers. Filter with language. Put links in the first comment for better reach. Use PS and PPS structure for soft CTAs. And tell them exactly what happens when they click. What you do not have to do is, do not give multiple offers in one post. Do not put long, disparate sounding CTAs. Don't do fake scarcity like only 2 shifts left and blah, blah. Emojis without purpose, don't do this. Don't put the links in the body. Normally, I say I do some experiments, but don't do that. Don't put CTA before you have delivered value in the post. Like I told you, Sunita ji, you have created a guide, but there is no value post. Your CTA should be there after a value post. And don't apologize for selling. Own it with confidence. Fair, that's it. So your execution checklist becomes post delivers standard and value. So your post should have standalone value before the CTA comes into play. Correct? You know which offer for which post you have to mention which CTA. Like if you have multiple lead magnets, do not put all the lead magnets to all the posts. See which is matching to the nature of the post, right? The CTA style matches post energy. Link in the first comment. And you can put like I normally put not for everyone, no tire clickers, and so on and so forth. And you have to ask one specific engagement questions in the post body or PS. And that's it. So this is a word from me. You did not start coaching to beg for clients. You started to change lives. So the moment you treat your CTA as a service, not as a sales pitch, everything changes. You are not asking, you are offering. And the right people will always say yes. That's it. That was all about in this particular guide and the training which I just did it. Tell me if you have any questions related to it.
Sir, the PS, the postscript, it has to be given before the hashtags and everything or after them?
Yes, before the hashtag. Hashtag should be the last thing.
Okay.
Hashtag should be the last thing.
The text is finished, then give some gap and just write PS and do it.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Yes, Anita ji.
So this the CTA is not to be put in any post and every post. It is only for the technical posts. I mean the ones in which I am highlighting the work I am doing. Not in the personal posts, no, because that putting some CTA, different kind of a CTA in personal post also help in building engagement. So that's what I'm asking. This is only for the technical thing, but how can I put, like, what are your thoughts? Something like that.
Exactly.
So that people engage with me. So can I have some idea on that also?
There are two things, like CTAs are two, one is the external link which we are posting. The external link should be posted in the first comment. Correct? That's clear. And when you are saying, like, for engagements, you can put it in the post. In fact, in the PAs, you can just write it. Your simple question, like, maybe what value, what one point would you want to add to this particular list? Let's say you are putting a post and you have mentioned 5 points. What additional point you would like to add? So that becomes a CTA in the post itself. So in the PAs, put, like, mention 1 point which you want to add from yourself. That will add in engagement, right? But any external link should be posted in the first comments, preferably.
And one more thing, so what I'm generally doing is I'm not posting any direct links for call booking or anything. I'm asking them to comment the CTA text. Say, suppose structural design, whatever.
Keyword kind of a thing.
Keyword kind.
Yes.
And many people are replying to that, and then I send them the free guide in the comment.
Yeah.
And so what is the next step to be done after the free guide?
So when you send the free guide, are you collecting the data from them?
Yeah, with a Google form I'm sending.
You're cutting, right? So once you have the data, now give them 2 days to consume that particular content, right? So now there are 2 ways. Take a permission in their, you have their number. Now you have 2 options. Either you can put a WhatsApp text or you can DM them, because they have already connected. They have commented, so they are already connected to you. So either you can start talking to them in the DMs, or you can start talking to them on the WhatsApp saying, hey, good morning, my name is Anita, and you opted for this particular guide, and I hope you are consuming it. Let's talk after 2 days once you have consumed it. So you start a conversation. See, ultimately, I told you, the ultimate goal is what? To open relationship, to build relationship. And the relationship will build when you start a conversation, right? And these are conversation, points. Somebody has already opted. So you are not forcing anybody. They have already, used their guide. So it's your right to start a conversation asking, okay, how was the guide? Did you like it? Did you learn something? And then this conversation starts. Then you say, okay, what do you do? Why did you, choose to do this? What's going in your mind? And so on and so forth. The purpose is to start a conversation, as simple as that.
Okay, so should I also add them to my email list?
Yes, why not? Exactly.
Like I like the way you, I'm seeing you are doing it from Kit. You are sending emails regularly. That is automated. That much I could understand. But for the time being, since I don't have many people, I can create an email list at least once in a week. I can send them some kind of
a why not? You should be doing it
or something like that.
Exactly. See, the mails which I am sending, I have a database of something around 800 people. I keep on refining. It was something around 1200, but all those people were not the right audience. So I keep removing all those things. But this is not built in a day, na? It has built over a period of time. Correct. So you should be, creating an email database for sure. That works as an active, warming up your audience. See, I send emails. I write these emails on my own every day, and I broadcast it through Kit, right? Which you must be receiving. So what it is doing, and I do it all on my own, because these are all my stories. I do not copy paste from anywhere. So these are what? These are warming my audience. They're saying that I'm doing something every day, every day, every day. You never know when somebody says, okay, I'm ready to work with you. So that works. And that is for free of cost as of now. You can also start using it for free.
I'm using Kit, but the sequence is not free of cost. I think sequencing cannot be done. But
no, sequencing cannot be done. Yes, broadcasting could be done. Yes.
Yeah.
For that, you have to use paid again.
I was exploring Kit. I like one.
In Kit, you have 1,000 subscribers. Till 1,000 subscribers, you can broadcast for free. But if you want to integrate or make a sequence, then you'll have to go to their minimum $29 plan. Minimum $29 plan. And I have used it as well. So, why I'm so confident talking about it is because I have used all those paid tools. Then I have selected what to keep, what not to keep, and so on and so forth. Right?
Yeah, I will start using it for the email broadcast. That it is very helpful because some people respond on the email and some people are good on the WhatsApp. So किसी को eliminate नहीं करना
नहीं
है.
कर सकते. Yes, that is why some people are very much active on email. Some people are not active on email. Some people are active on WhatsApp. Some people are not. Some people are active on DMs. Some people are not. So for us as a seller, let's consider we have to take care of all those pockets.
All the lanes, yeah.
Yes, all the lanes.